8 ways to sell your home. Auction essentials. Hi, my name is Angela Tolar, and I'm your Metro Denver real estate agent. If you like the information that you hear in today's video, please like and subscribe down below to my YouTube channel. So let's get talking about auctions. So, what is an auction and why would you want to do one, and what are the pros and cons? Well, here we go. So, an auction is basically an innovative and effective way of selling some real estate. And one of the things that it requires is a relatively intense and accelerated marketing process for the sale of your home. This method can be suitable for unique properties, distressed sales, or times when you have a time sensitive situation and you need to get a house sold in a very specific, relatively short period of time. Now, auctions have some pros, just like any other method of selling your home. And some of those pros are that it creates a sense of urgency and it also fosters competition among the buyers because the buyers can actually see what the other buyers are bidding. Next, it's potential for a quick sale, especially in a really hot market, again, where people can see what other people are bidding and they will know at the end of the auction whether or not they've won the bid. And if they're willing to bid just that little extra more, they can see it and they can do it. Now, the other part about the process, which is something I really like, is that it's exceptionally transparent, meaning any buyer can see what's going on throughout the entire process. They know what the last bid is, they know how much more they've bid than the last bid. And if somebody bids more than them, they know by how much, and they get to make the decision if they're willing to give more. There are several platforms that do these online auctions, and one of them is Hubzu Signature Seller. And this platform actually allows you to have a real estate agent help guide you through the process and keep track of the paperwork. Now, there are some cons to running an auction, just like anything else. And one of the cons to doing an auction is that the property may sell for less than what you expected if the bidding isn't competitive. Next is that there are upfront costs for advertising and organizing a standard auction that you wouldn't pay for if you were using a traditional real estate sales process. Additionally, some buyers may not choose to participate in an auction just because they're not familiar with the process. Now, let's talk about who is an auction ideal for? Because let's face it, auctions aren't for everyone. So, if you want to create a competitive bidding situation, then an auction is ideal for you. It's also ideal if you want to sell your home within a specific time frame. And lastly, an auction is a good fit if you want to create a sense of urgency among the buyers. Now, let's dig a little bit into some details about auctions. And first, I want to cover what are the three types of auctions that are available to you. So, the first type of auction is called an absolute auction. And this auction has no minimum bid, and whatever the highest bid is, it wins, period. No questions asked. The next is something called a minimum bid auction. And this requires that a minimum bid price be reached for the auction to start. And after that, our third type of auction is something called a reserve bid auction. And in this type of auction, the seller reserves the right to accept or reject the offers that are given. Now, moving on from that, let's talk about some of the auction methods. As I described earlier, there are online auctions, and that's primarily what I talked about. And online auctions are carried on through various online platforms. The bids are take place over several days or weeks, depending on the time frame you want to set. And some programs are designed for the sellers and their agents, which honestly is really kind of nice. Now, there are also live auctions, and live auctions are usually held at the property or at a public location, such as a courthouse. And in order for somebody to bid, they actually have to be present. So, in my personal opinion, I think live auctions actually have some downside, especially given that we're coming out of a market where we just had COVID. I think the more that you can do online, the better you are, especially if you're well advertised and well marketed with your property. Now, one of the things that I do want to say to you is if you're going to run an auction, you should be aware. Some auction houses charge extremely high fees. And by extremely high, I'm talking 20 to 50% of the sale house. Not all auction houses do it, but some. So make sure you read the fine print and you understand what you're getting into. The other thing is if you're running an auction, you're going to need to clean and stage your home and take phenomenal photos, because if you're doing an online auction, you're going to want to have your auction exceptionally well publicized before the date of your auction starts. I hope you found this information useful, and if you have, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you have any questions, message me. I'd be more than happy to answer them for you. Have a fantastic day.